Hey, Key, what about the trespass offering?
In the 23rd Psalm, it talks about forgiving us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And a lot of times people don't understand what that is. They think it's on somebody else's property. You know, we have trespass laws, and that's basically you're in the spot and they don't want you there. Well, the Bible talks about a trespass offering, and it's very similar to a sin offering, except the trespass is against another person. It's not against God. It's not violating one of God's rules. It's about doing something to a friend or a family or a neighbor that you shouldn't have done. You know, something happened because you weren't paying attention, and so God told them, if you have trespass against another, you are to do that first. You are to take care of that and bring an offering, bring a sacrifice, let everybody know that you're sorry for what it is that you did, either intentionally or caused to happen, and then you can bring your offerings to the Lord. And we see that in the New Testament. The Bible tells us that if we have aught against our brother, if there's anything, we have a bad attitude, or we have sin in our life, unforgiveness, that needs to be dealt with first, and then we come back and we bring our petitions to God, because our petitions to God will not be heard if we have those things in our life that need to be taken care of first. God says, deal with your trespasses and then bring your other stuff to Him. And by doing that, He knows we're serious.
In the New Testament, they show where a guy was going to take a gift to the altar, and he said to forgive his brother, like going and
stop and go take care of that problem first and then come back, because God is not under obligation to hear or answer your prayers if you have things in your life that you are letting live there because you're not taking care of them.
But was that the same thing as the trespass offering?
It is very similar. That's God's way of saying, listen, your relationship with your friends and your family and your coworkers and anybody that's in your life, you need to keep those under control and be a witness to those people. You're not glorifying God if you have a bad attitude with everybody and then you come to church and want to act like you're Mr. Wonderful and that God should answer all of your prayers and give you what you want. That's not what the Bible tells us. But the trespass offering was the beginning of that. God cares about how you're treating your neighbor. God cares how your family relations are going. And even if you do not feel like it's your responsibility or that you didn't do it, you're still called to take care of that situation. You know, there's many times where you maybe feel like you didn't need to apologize. Like, well, I didn't do anything. They're doing it to me. But God says that doesn't matter. You need to go and be a peacemaker, because that's what you're called to be. You're called to be Christ-like in the way you deal with other people, and it's going to affect your relationship with God if you're not willing to deal with that other family and friend, neighbor type stuff.